Welcome to the Lifetime Assembly channel. My name is Isaac, and today I'm going to help you assemble your double bin rotating composter. Before we get started, make sure the model number of your composter is listed in the description below. This video will follow the steps outlined in the assembly manual that comes with your composter. So if you've already begun and need help on a specific step, check the description below for a timestamp associated with each step. There are steps in this assembly that require 2 people, so make sure you have at least one other adult available to help. Before we get into the assembly process, let's take a look at the tools you'll need to complete the job. You may want to pause the video now so you can gather the supplies shown on the screen. Also, you may see us use an impact driver. If you decide to use one as well, be careful not to over-torque or over-tighten the hardware. This video is meant to be a companion to the assembly manual and not a direct replacement. So for the best results, have the manual on hand as you complete the build. It is also crucial that you refer to the assembly manual to review the safety instructions of this build to prevent serious injury or property damage. All right, let's get started. Take all the side panels labeled DBT and line up the holes in the locking plate with the holes in the panel and secure the hardware through the square holes. To avoid breaking the cabinet, be careful tightening this hardware. Take a rear panel labeled DBV and the side panel and line up the triangle symbols in each panel. Place the lip of the side panel into the groove of the rear panel and lean it away and press down until you hear a click. Repeat on the opposite side, except make sure the diamond symbols line up. Place this lip of the bottle panel labeled DBS into the groove on the rear panel. Then rotate the assembly so the lip of the side panel goes into the groove of the panel. For the second panel labeled DBS, it has to connect to the first panel labeled DBS. On the second panel labeled DBS that you just added, add the panel labeled DBU. In the opening, add the lid extensions labeled EGU. Take a metal band and with the flat sides on the inside, make a loop. In the ends of the bands, add a threaded pin and a non-threaded pin. Take your bolt and insert it into the non-threaded pin, then partially screw it into the threaded pin. Repeat this process for a second band. Tip the assembly onto its side, add the band to this groove, making sure the hardware in the band goes over the seam directly opposite of the opening. Rotate the assembly over and repeat on the opposite side. With a Phillips head screwdriver, tighten the hardware in the bands until they're secure. For all 6 divots that look like this on the outside of the barrel, add a screw. Insert the screws until the seams are flush. This is normal if the screws keep spinning. On the inside of the barrel, add a nut to each of the screws, then tighten the screw until the nut is flush. It's easiest to do this with a drill, just be careful not to over tighten. On the panel labeled DBV, add the pinned hinge to this location, oriented like this, and secure the hardware. Open the latches and place them in these locations on the panel labeled DBU and secure the hardware. Repeat this section for a second barrel. Take the locking pin assemblies and remove the cotter pin and the spring. Take the locking pin and insert it into this hole, but before pushing all the way through, add the spring. Then push the spring away from the hole and insert the cotter pin. Using a pair of pliers, flare the ends of the cotter pin to lock it into place. Repeat the previous steps for the other leg, except this time the locking assembly needs to go in the opposite hole. Insert the foot caps into the bottom end of both legs. The easiest way to get these caps in is to line them up as perfectly as you can with the hole and tap straight down in the center. Add the foot caps to the front legs as well. Insert the aeration tubes into the barrels, making sure the end with more holes is where the barrels meet. Insert the connection sleeve into the aeration tubes of where the barrels will meet, line the holes, and secure the hardware. Slide 2 spacers over the connection sleeve. Then slide the sleeve into the other aeration tube and secure the hardware. Next, we're going to add the rear legs. When adding these legs, you want to make sure that the locking pin will be facing forward. Add the spacer, then the leg. When adding the leg, make sure the lock pin rests in this notch. Make sure the hole in the aeration tube and the hole in the leg line up, then add your hardware oriented like this. Repeat the previous steps for the other drum. Slide the cross tubes together, making sure the two holes line up, then secure with a self-tapping screw. Add a front leg to the outside of a rear leg and add the bolts. Add the cross tube to the bolts, oriented like this, and secure with the hardware. Repeat this process on the other rear leg. Now, go ahead and stand the assembly up on its feet. On a lid labeled DBR, add a tube hinge oriented like this in this location and secure with the hardware. On the opposite edge, add the latch hooks to this location, oriented like this. Repeat these steps for the second lid. Add the lids to the drums by sliding the hinges together. These composters come with an indicator clip so you know which barrel has older material. This indicator clip will go in this location on either barrel. Thank you for watching this video on how to assemble your lifetime double bin rotating composter. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up. For more content like this, subscribe to our channel. If you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to our customer service team and check out our other amazing products at lifetime.com.